Hey guys, it's Grant here. It is Teach It Tuesday, and I've just come on a few minutes early. I just want to give you guys a chance to see that I'm going live, and to remind you again that, now which side am I here? That Teach It Tuesday happens every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. Why wasn't I here last week? Well, I have to tell you that as a human being, I have a physical body that suffered a fairly substantial injury. In fact, you can't see it, I don't know what I'm showing you, I'm still paralyzed in these two fingers here. I can move them, but I can't grip or do anything with them or type, it's mental. So you got to make sure that you take care of your body as often as you can. I did not and suffered the consequence. So today, the lesson that I'll be teaching you is inadvertently directly linked to the lesson of injuring myself. And in just a minute, I'll start teaching you what it is I want to share with you today. It's nearly 4 o'clock. As often happens at 4 o'clock, everybody's coming home. So you may hear people singing out hello in the background, dogs barking, there you go, right on cue, things like that. Now, if you're watching this in the recording today, well, you missed the opportunity to have a live conversation with me. And the reason I go live at 4 o'clock every Tuesday is so you can put it in your diary. If you want to turn up and have direct one-on-one coaching with me, this is your opportunity to do so. And you might not want that. I don't know. I don't know where you're at in your business life right now, but this is your opportunity to either listen to something that I have prepared for you or to ask me your questions. Sound good? Well, I hope it does. So it's 4 o'clock right now. Like I said, just on cue, I can hear the dogs running through the house like racehorses, and my wife and my son have just got home from the supermarket. My daughter just got home from work. So it's Easter Tuesday here, so nobody is out of the house. Everyone's in the house. But let me tell you about the lesson for today, and it's called X-ray specs. It's what I've called today's lesson, and really to tell you about this, I'll tell you what happened to me. So my son Jack, who's 16, and I made a decision to do 100 push-ups a day every day for 30 days for the whole month of March, and it was going pretty well. The most I could do in a row when I very first started off was like 15. I was well out of practice. Then built up to 20, 25, turned into 30, turned into 40. And my confidence started to grow. And don't worry, I'm getting to a business lesson in a minute. And this one day I had done 2 lots of 25, and then Jack came home. I said, hey man, I've only got 50 to go for the day. How about you? He said, yeah, I've only got 50 to go as well. I said, come on, let's smash it out. So away we went into a room we have downstairs where there's plenty of room for us to be side by side, and away we went. 1, 2, 3, 20, 25, 30. Got past 30, 35, 40. Got to 40. I started thinking, man, I'm sore. 45, 46, 47, 48. Push it out as much as I can. 49, 50. And I did all 50. I gotta tell you, I got up from doing those 50 push-ups and felt amazing. I felt completely pumped. My chest felt like it was going to explode. My shoulders felt big. And it was great. A good feeling. And I walked away and I felt something go bing in the back of my neck. And I knew at that moment that I was in trouble. Not only did that happen, I started to get some pins and needles in my hands, and I thought, well, hang on a minute, something's not quite right here. So what did I do? I started to stretch, and I took some fish oil tablets, and I started to do some things in a reactive way. Well, I'll pause the story there, just let you know that I am okay. I've been going to a chiropractor. Things are getting fixed. But I've had extraordinary pain and extraordinary discomfort, lack of sleep, and so on. But your business is a lot like your body. And most people come to me as a business coach because they want to build the business, right? And it's kind of like me when I wanted to build some muscle by doing some push-ups. So people come to me and they want to build the business. And we can work for 3 months together and the business still hasn't built, you know? And people get frustrated with that sometimes if they don't know what to expect. Some people come to me and they think it's just going to be this instant quick fix. But my body got broken because there was pre-existing injuries from snowboarding accidents and motorcycle stuff and you know, you name it, it's been broken. I think I've broken almost every bone in my body at some stage. But I couldn't see inside my body to see what was going wrong. See, I just got really used to it. It was just sort of there. And I was living with it. I was living with this pain. And businesses can be a bit like that as well. You've got so used to the pain that's going on in your life, you haven't really known that there was something to fix that problem. You haven't even thought to fix the problem. And you certainly didn't think to get the X-ray specs on and start to look deep inside. What normally happens is a business will get to a certain point. They'll want to throw some money into marketing and coaching and advertising, and they'll think that's going to fix the problem. It won't. It won't. Because the problem is so deep. The problem is deep within. It's in the skeleton of the business. So there's 4 key areas that you need to look at and 4 key areas that need to be done in order for you to have incredible health in the business. And I'll teach you what those 4 key areas are today so that you can start to look at them yourself. See, you can't just build muscle on a poor skeleton. You can't just put on better clothes and think that it's going to fix the internal problem. You can't put on a hat and the cancer will go away. It just doesn't work that way. So what needs to happen is this. There are 4 things you need to focus on. The first one is character. Let me tell you why I talk about character so much. And here it is in a very short, easy to understand, I hope, sentence. People sell to people. Businesses don't go selling to businesses, and businesses don't sell to people. People sell to people. And if the character, that is the personality, the values, the culture, the underlying foundations, the mission, the vision of your business, if they're not clear to you, then they won't be clear to your marketplace. And you'll get this mismatch, you'll get this misunderstanding, and people won't come to you. If you don't understand how to articulate the character of your business, what you stand for and what you stand against, how you can help, who you can help, when you can help, what you do, how you do it, and so on. If you don't understand the character of your business first, then you just won't be able to build the muscle. That's the skeleton. And then what's the next layer out? The muscles and the sinews and the tendons and so on. Well, that's your capacity. And what is your capacity? Well, you have 24 hours in every day, same as me. And those 24 hours need to be used partly within your business. We just recently had a public holiday for Labor Day. And in Australia, in Tasmania especially, it's known as the 8-hour day. What does that mean? Well, it's 8 hours for work, 8 hours for play, and 8 hours for sleep. But I bet right now your life isn't planned anywhere near that 8-8-8 model. It would be probably like a 10, 12, and whatever else split into 15 kind of model. Where you feel really busy. You feel like there's no time to do anything. But that's not the world's fault. That's your fault. That's your responsibility. You haven't understood your capacity. So you've tried to fit everything in. You haven't learned to delegate, dump things, to do things like right now, to build systems and structure around it. So it's not anyone's fault. It's just something to fix. And the third is your communication. You see, there comes a time in your business, if your capacity is so choked up and the character of your business isn't clear to you, that your communication will go into safety mode. Hey, Karen, it's good to see you. If you're just joining me now, Karen, you could go back and watch the first part of this a little later if you want. The recording will be straight back up. If your communication becomes stifled or your communication is unclear, if it's a bit of a mist in your own mind, if you're not communicating with yourself clearly enough, then you won't be able to communicate clearly to others. Others will just simply misunderstand you. So what does that have to do with a pre-existing injury, and what does that have to do with pain and suffering? And how do you fix it? Well, you need to look deep within your own business right now. Get the X-ray specs on and really ask yourself, do I know clearly what the character of my business is? Do I fully understand? Or are there some cracks? Is it not yet fully formed? Is it perhaps not strong enough yet? Do I need to ask someone? Like I said before, I went to a chiropractor for my back as soon as I suffered my back injury. I went to see my good friend, Dr. J, or Brandon, and he put me back into place, and it's going to be a process now. We need a plan for that. But I wonder if you have a plan. I said to a client this morning, Shannon, his name is, and I say this was a famous quote by a saint, and I can't remember which saint, but if you know, you tell me, you'd probably be able to Google it. And it says, good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better best. Well, that's a character statement. And if you think that you're done, if you think you're across the finish line and you've got it all sorted out, then you've stopped growing. And as soon as you stop growing, you'll go backwards. That's exactly what happened to me in my body. See, I used to go to the chiropractor and it got better, and then I didn't put a maintenance plan in place because I thought, I'm there, I've arrived. And then all of a sudden, I tried to build muscle on top of a pre-existing condition, and I was crippled. If you try and build muscle in your business on top of a pre-existing broken condition, your business will be crippled. It's just that simple. And you can throw heaps and heaps of money into marketing, and heaps of money into advertising, and heaps of money into Facebook ads, and you can spend a whole bunch of time doing a whole bunch of stuff, making a whole bunch of noise, and you'll get these little tiny bits of attention, but you won't get the traction that you need. Kind of like ice skating. I built this metaphor with a client earlier today, and I said to her, it's kind of like you're out on the ice, and the ice is great, and you've got skates on your feet, and you know how to skate, but for some reason you can't get traction because you haven't learned the routine. And she's like, boom, there it is. That's exactly what's going on. But that's probably what's going on in your business as well. You're trying to do so much stuff because you see other people, including me, doing stuff like this, and you think, well, I should do that as well. But the thing is, I couldn't do this if I didn't know what the character of my business was, what my capacity was, how to communicate. Even tools like this, like Ecamm. You know, I've got my little Teach It Tuesday thing over to the side here that I can control and I can change if I wanted to. So if I go live later on and do something else, look at this, change it, bring up the other tile. If you don't have the right tools, by the way, this is Ecamm Live, Ecamm Live. If you want to use it, go grab it, it's cheap. But if you don't have the tools and the plans for communication, then your communication is going to look second rate. It's got to be on purpose. You've got to have a deep level of consideration into what you want to teach. And you'll hear me talk about my 4 C's all the time until you start teaching them to me. What are they? Character, capacity, communication, and the 4th one that I haven't talked about yet today is cash flow. What even is cash flow? Now, people say it all the time. You know, when I talked about that example in the body, the example of cash flow, I could get health, I could take painkillers and the pain would go away. Well, that's kind of like what some people do with cash flow. They get a bit of money in and the pain goes away. But it's not how it works. See, I think cash flow is the wrong word. It should be cash stick. How much cash can you get to stick to you? How much cash can you keep? How high are your operational overheads? And what's your plan for your future finances? How much do you spend? How much do you keep? What are you worth? What's your hourly rate? There's so much for you to consider in your business. Again, I spoke with another client earlier today. I've had quite a few clients since very early this morning. It's great for me to unpack some of these things with you later on in the day after I've helped so many people already today. And this client, we were talking about hourly rate and self-worth and how she gives away way too much for free. Not because she doesn't necessarily value herself, it's because she values other people more than herself. But you got to flip that. You see, you can't empower somebody from a place of poverty. You can't keep popping pills and then function as a successful business owner. Those pills I'm talking about popping, those pain pills are kind of like, I helped someone today. I gave something away for free. Well, what's next? What's after that? What are they coming to? What's the next step? What's your strategy? What's your plan? Where are you going with this? What are you doing next? Are you just doing the first thing and hoping for the best and praying that someone's just going to throw some money at you? It's not going to work like that. You got to plan like a mother. You know what I'm going to say, right? Prior preparation prevents poor performance. Plan, and you can't plan enough. And some people are afraid of planning because they're really afraid of two things. They're afraid of success, number one, and I know that sounds weird, but it's so true. They're afraid of success and they're afraid of failure. So they try and control them both. If I succeed too much, someone will take it away from me and maybe I won't succeed, so I won't put it out there in the first place. But you've got to get the X-ray specs on right now. Find what pre-existing conditions there are within you, within your life, within your body, the body of the business, the personality of the business, the character of the business, the character of your clients, the people that will be paying you. Find out. Get the X-ray specs on. Look deep within your business and be critical. Be critical of who you are, what you have to offer, how you can help, how consistent your communication is, and what your strategy is for cash flow and for cash stick. So that's Teach It Tuesday for today. Let me know what you have enjoyed or learned from this video. Comment and like below if you want. You can share this video outside of the group. I don't mind. It's totally up to you. I wouldn't, because you're paying to be here. So why not invite a friend who's just like you to come and join this group? You'll be glad. You'll be glad because you've helped them to learn some of the things that you know. And if it's okay, I'll be inviting you very soon to my new webinar where you can learn even more. So that's it for me today. I trust you've enjoyed this short session with me, and I look forward to seeing you again next Tuesday. Put it in your diary, and I'll see you then. All the best. Bye for now.